What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers and we are so very close to hitting that. My name is Spellslinger and typically I have deck profiles and discussions for you. Today I have something a little bit different for you. I was playing around just on ranked, on ladder, and I came across a Drytron player and I was playing True Draco. So today I want to show you this replay that I played yesterday against a Drytron player using True Draco. It was an absolutely crazy match and I just want to show how it went and just, you know, kind of maybe if you guys enjoy this content, start putting up more replays like this with, you know, just different decks going into really cool games that I come across. Let me know if you are interested in this type of content. This is the first time that I'm doing something like this, so any feedback from you guys would be greatly appreciated. But with that, we'll go ahead and get into this True Draco versus Drytron replay on ranked ladder. Alright, so getting into this replay, it was like 2 in the morning when I played this, so there are a couple misplays in here, don't blame me too hard, but we are going to be going first, such as you should with True Draco, and we're going to be starting things off with a Pot of Duality, hitting a Skill Drain, a Card of Demise, and a Majesty Maiden. And we take the Majesty Maiden because we don't have any names, and of course playing True Draco, we want to see as many of the, the monster names as possible. So go here, we activate the True Draco Heritage, the Disciples, as well as set both copies of the Apocalypse, and then tribute over one of the copies of the Apocalypse to tribute summon out the Majesty Maiden, and then off the effect of the True Draco Heritage, we are able to get off the top a copy of the Dragonic Diagram, which is amazing. Use that effect to get rid of the spell card to add a copy of the True Draco Fighter, activate, and then tribute over the other copy there to get ourselves a Dynamite Knight. So we have 2 names out with the buffs from Dragonic Diagram, as well as a set True Draco Apocalypse, so we're able to go ahead and get into plays going out here. So they activate a copy of the Preparation of Rites. Since they are on Drytron, chain the Dynamite Knight to set another copy of the True Draco Apocalypse. Preparation of Rites resolves, and they're going to add themselves a Ben 10. So we can do a couple things here. They're going to activate the Cyber Emergency, and we will chain, of course, the Majesty Maiden, and grab ourselves a copy of the Ignis Heat. Cyber Emergency resolves, and they're going to add themselves a Drytron name, the Gamma specifically. They're going to activate the Drytron Fafnir to adding a copy of the Medionis Drytron, activate the copy of the Delta, pitching a copy of the Alpha to summon out the Delta from hand, activate the effect of the Alpha in the graveyard, pitching and then summoning itself, adding a copy of the that Royal Rare Herald of Ultimateness looks crisp. But we'll see that a little bit later. So they're going to activate the Medionis, pitching, and then summoning out from the graveyard a copy of the Cyber Angel Ben 10, Medionis Drytron effect in the graveyard to add it back to hand. After that, they're going to normal summon out a copy of the Diviner of the Herald, pitching a copy of the Herald of the Arclight from the extra deck to add another copy of the Medionis Drytron. And then from there, they are going to go ahead and overlay into a copy of course, the Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal. Activate the Gamma from hand, pitching the Alpha from field to summon itself out, summoning back out the Delta, and then of course going into the Medionis Drytron to go into, of course, the big old Herald of Ultimateness. But this is the I would just like to stop for a second and really appreciate this Royal Rare Herald of Ultimateness. This was crisp and it looked amazing and was very terrifying when I was playing against it, but we're not going to worry about that. On summon, we're going to go ahead and activate the effect of the True Draco Apocalypse. They're going to chain the Beatrice. Beatrice is going to dump a copy of Ava, and then True Draco Apocalypse will, we are tributing over the Ignis Heat. To get the Ignis Heat out, activate the copy of the True Draco Apocalypse, chaining that to the Ava effect in graveyard. True Draco Apocalypse will be able to pop the Herald of Ultimateness because apparently they didn't have any in hand before the Ava was able to resolve. But from here, they're just going to overlay 2 of the Drytron names into a copy of the Mu Beta Fafnir. Mu Beta Fafnir effect, going to dump a copy of the Draconoids Medionis Drytron. We're going to chain our Ignis Heat here to get a copy of, I don't remember exactly what we get here. We get the Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix, just another name out. to go ahead and go into more plays here. So they're going to go ahead and activate the Ultimateness to bring back the Herald. Again, just that amazing looking royal rare. We're going to flip the True Draco Apocalypse chaining, kind of just to bait out, and it works. So they pitched one of their fairies and one of their negates here, which destroyed our True Draco Apocalypse, but since we already used the other effect, it didn't really do anything, so they're just going to pass here. Draw Card of Demise. We have lots of things that we can do here, so going to activate the Disciples to draw, to pitch back. Shuffle back, they're going to chain the Beatrice. We're going to chain the Majesty Maiden, and then they are going to chain the Herald of Ultimateness, which we will then chain the Dynamite to get out here. So this is chain link 5, a little bit higher than what you're probably typically used to, but you know, playing with these control decks, they can get to pretty high. So going backwards, we get out a copy of the True King's Return. The Ultimateness will destroy our Majesty Maiden, and then the Beatrice will dump Ava, and then we will finally be able to resolve here and draw. They're going to activate the copy of the Ava. Ava is going to go ahead and do some plays there. We're going to chain this copy of True King's Return to get back out our copy of the Majesty Maiden, just for more bodies for more opportunities to activate effects to bait out the Herald of Ultimateness, because they have now a bunch of fairies as fodder for the negate and destroy effects. After this, they're going to activate the effect of the Herald chaining to our heritage. We're going to chain the Ignis Heat, and they are going to, again, not once per chain, activate the effect of the Herald of Ultimateness, and then that's going to resolve. So after this, resolving backwards, our Ignis is going to be negated and destroyed, and then as well as our True Draco Heritage is going to be negated and destroyed. We're going to activate the copy of Dragonic Diagram to destroy. What did we destroy? We destroyed the True King's Return to add a copy of the Ignis Heat, and then the True King's Return will activate in graveyard to destroy their Herald of Ultimateness for the second time this game. After that, we are going to go ahead and tribute out a copy of the Ignis Heat over the Disciples. Disciples effect will pop the Fafnir, and then we'll just go battle phase, getting over their copy of the Mu Beta Fafnir, I think it was. Yeah. So after that, they're just going to pass it back to them since we can't really deal with this Beatrice. They're going to activate a Fafnir from hand. We're going to chain the Dynamite Knight to get ourselves out a copy of the True Draco Apocalypse, just to get more advantage on the field. Really love this deck. So they're going to get a copy of the Drytron Nova effect, which we are going to, of course, chain the Ignis Heat to. Ignis Heat will resolve, so we're going to get a copy of the Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix, and then Drytron Nova will resolve, and they're going to get a Zeta. They're going to activate the effect of the Delta from Graveyard, getting out the Delta, and bringing out just more names, getting the Alpha out, and adding a Ben 10 from deck. Activating the Ultimateness Drytron to get it back from the graveyard. Just lots of recycling, lots of advantage here. So they're going to activate here, sending Ben 10 to get the Drytron, just more Drytron names, activate the Ben 10 in the graveyard to get it back to hand. And then Zeta from graveyard pitching the Ben 10 once again to summon itself out. So they have a lot of names here. They're going to activate Ben 10 to get a copy of Vanity's Ruler from deck to hand. And then they're going to overlay 4, going into a second copy of the Drytron Mu Beta Fafnir. So really big old Mu Beta Fafnir here. So they're going to activate the effect to dump, activate the effect of the Ultimateness Drytron since they dumped the Draconoids earlier in the I think it was earlier this turn or last turn, but they did. So they're going to get out the Drytron Ultimateness Draconoids. So battle phase, they're going to attack. I misplay here. If I would have destroyed, I destroyed the Majesty Maiden, but I should have destroyed the True Draco Phoenix because now they are able to redirect. But since it would have halved and their attack would have gone through, I think is how that worked, then the attack would have gone through and they wouldn't have had the opportunity to redeclare on it since the amount of monsters on the field changed, which was unfortunate. This was a little bit of a misplay if I understand correctly how that works. Since they can't get over any of our monsters here, they are just going to they're just going to pass it back to us. We're going to draw. We can draw a copy of the Monarch Stormforth. We're going to activate the effect of the Disciples, just, continuing to go through our deck. They're going to chain the Draconoids to target both of our monsters. We're going to chain the Dynamite Knight just so we can get as much advantage before Draconoids sends both of our monsters to the graveyard. So we're going to get out a True King's Return. their effect is going to resolve, sending both of our monsters to the graveyard, and then our disciples will activate, allowing us to shuffle back 3 and draw 1. We draw a Monarch's Erupt off of that. We're going to activate the effect of Dragonic Diagram, destroying the disciples to add a copy of the Dynamite Knights. Disciples will activate, will destroy the Fafnir. Activate the effect of the Stormforth, which now they chain the Drytron effect to detach and negate, which would have been huge if that was allowed to go through. So fair play. True King's Return is going to get back out a copy of the Ignis Heat from the graveyard. Going to tribute over the True King's Return to get the Dynamite Knight out. Activate the True King's Return in graveyard to destroy the Draconoids. And then battle phase, we're just going to attack over the Mu Beta Fafnir. So main phase 2, end phase, we're going to pass it back with a pretty decent board going into this turn. So now what we are going to do is they will just scoop. So that's going to be it. This game was a lot of fun. I'm super interested in uploading more content like this. I play a lot of ladder and I come across a lot of really interesting games like this. So if you are interested in seeing more replays and things along those lines, please let me know. I'm definitely interested to see what you guys think about this style of video, because I know up until now, deck profiles have been my main source of content for the channel. So definitely let me know. Hit the subscribe button for daily Master Duel uploads as often as I can, and I'll see you next time with more daily Master Duel content. Have a great day.